So I watched Prey, and it was a goddamn good movie. It has been 35 years since the first Predator movie released, and is considered by most fans the masterpiece of the franchise. When Predator 2 came out 3 years later, it was met with mixed reviews, both critics and fans, but to most fans, it was considered an underrated classic. What happened after? Well, let's just say the series went downhill over the years with 2 bad crossover movies, 1 mediocre movie, and 1 that nearly killed the franchise with the Predator searching for autism. Now, 32 years later, we finally get a good Predator movie. And it took that 32 years to finally get it right. But how good is it? Let's take a good look at Prey. Also, there's going to be some spoilers in this video, so if you guys don't want to hear it, hit the timestamp below how I rate the movie. Now, what do I think about Prey? It's a very good, damn solid movie. First off, the characters. More specifically, the main character Naru and her brother. Naru is a Native American woman who will break the old tradition to prove herself that she can hunt along with the men and wants to become reliable to the tribe. That in itself is a lot of people can relate to and makes an interesting plot. And then we have her brother. He is hot-headed, but he is headstrong and will do anything to protect his village and his sister. You can already see that although there's not a lot of characters in this movie, but there are a lot of character moments that makes you want to support these characters, including the Predator. Fans are split with the Predator's head design, whether they loved it or looks like crap. For me, I do like the head design, but the CGI can be iffy in some places. While I do enjoy the characters, there's one thing that I have to criticize, and that is the main character Naru. Like I said, she's a character that you can easily relate to. But this one critique that I have to criticize was that her personality was bland. Now, it's not the actress's fault, I'm a Myth-Thunder. While I don't know her previous role prior, she did a terrific job in this movie. The personality of the character felt one-dimensional in my opinion. Next, let's talk about the fight scenes, and holy crap, it's even bloodier than before. The Predator fight against the French hunters were one of the most stellar hunters I've ever seen in a movie. If it was uncensored. One of the major criticisms I have with this movie was the constant blurring out and even cut rays from the gore. I don't know why there's a reason to do that. The Predator movies are known to have gory moments. And it's a rated R film, so what's the point of censoring it? The one fight scene that I do have mixed feelings was the final fight. While the fight was engaging, the end result was just mixed. It's weird, but it's more of a take it or leave it situation. What I do like, however, was that there were nods and Easter eggs that placed throughout the movie that pays homage to the original films. One of which, Naru uses the flower to cool down her body temperature so that the Predator couldn't see her. The same way how Dutch uses the mud so that the Predator couldn't see him. Another one that plays homage to the original, with the brother saying the lines, "If it bleeds, we can kill it." Okay, that's a bad Arnold Schwarzenegger impersonation, but you know what I mean. One last detail that pays homage to the original films was that how it connects to Predator 2, with Naru getting the pistol from the French hunter, and then seeing that same pistol again given to Danny Glover's character by the Predator out of respect. It's the small details, and I love it. I enjoyed the movie a lot. However, there's a small group of minorities that from a certain community group that wants to slander this film for having a female lead. So much as far to put in a slur in their review and call her a Mary Sue to the point that they compare her to Rey from the Star Wars sequel trilogy. How low can you go? Because that's one of the most stupidest comparisons I've ever heard. What about Dutch? He knew that he couldn't defeat the Predator, so the only way to defeat it was to do a Home Alone. And not only that, Naru is not perfect. She's unliked by her own villagers, and she failed multiple times until she got it right. She even got her ass beat by the male hunters. So no, she's not a Mary Sue. If anyone does a Mary Sue, it's Kirito from Sword Art Online or Yusaku from Yu-Gi-Oh! Vrains. There's a lot of misinformation that's greatly misleading by either people who haven't watched the movie or people who are actually misogynists. If the Alien movies were released today, Ellen Ripley would be receiving the same criticisms from these same people and calling the movie woke for having a female lead. Or hell, Zoe Washburn from Serenity for having a female POC lead. It's ridiculous how time went on nowadays, to a point where woke becomes a criticism rather than creating an actual criticism. It's ridiculous and shouldn't be an actual criticism just because there's a female or POC lead. Fortunately, it's safe to say that Prey is not woke. Anyways, I had a damn good time watching Prey. Now, is it better than Predator 1? I wouldn't go as far as being better than the first one or even the second, but it is certainly better than the rest of Predator movies after 2. Anyways, that is it for my honest review of Prey. I give this movie an 8.25 out of 10 and I highly recommend watching it. Right now, as of making of this video, it is currently the most watched movie in Hulu Plus history. Did you guys watch Prey? Leave a comment down below and what do you like or don't like about the movie. Like my review, hit the like button and subscribe and hit the bell for notifications. Anyways, this is Joey the Kobold and I'll be seeing you later.